soon to become 4 franchises in the Halton region, because the Milton Menace are about to take the ice starting next fall, and Jason Tryfon, the newest owner of the Ontario Junior Hockey League, joins us on set. And Jason, welcome to the show.
Thank you. Appreciate being here. It's a pleasure.
And I'm sure the fans of Milton appreciate having you on board as well, bringing junior hockey back to their community after a year-long absence.
I'll tell you, it's been exciting. The feedback that we've gotten from the fans has been amazing. The support from the community has been, quite frankly, mind-blowing, and we're really excited to be there.
When you think about bringing hockey back to a community like Milton, what's the biggest reason for taking a team from Newmarket back to Milton?
Newmarket in the past, obviously a storied franchise, great town in terms of support for their team. The player history there has been very rich. But the opportunity to relocate a club into Milton, which in its own right has a very big population growth has been immense in the city. Proximity to the GTA, you can't be beat from a recruiting perspective, from a travel perspective. For us, it made sense, but there's also an affinity to the community. I lived there, my kids were born there. In fact, both of my kids learned how to skate on Memorial's ice. So for us as an ownership group, when we looked at it, it just made the most amount of sense for what we're looking to build for the future.
Alan?
Yeah, as Al mentioned off top, it's only been about a year or so since the last team in junior A hockey in Milton, the Ice Hawks, left for Brantford. We did the last few years in Milton, the team was on and off the ice, probably quote-unquote a disaster. What are you going to do in Milton to revitalize that team, to make it a lot better on the ice and off the ice so people will come out and watch it, and you put some butts in the seats, as they say?
Yeah, it's a good question. I've been asked this question a lot. First and foremost, the feeling from the floorboards of the community that we've gotten already has proven to us that we're really onto something special here. The community is ready to embrace this team. They want to embrace this team. We're happy with that, obviously. But I think for us as a group, whether it's the ownership group, the staff, the players, we have a lot of work to do in the community. We need to re-energize this community and prove to them that we are their community team. When we founded this team and our decision to move to Milton, we founded some leadership principles and guiding principles of how we're going to operate as a club. Community involvement was number 1. Player development was number 2. We've got a specific model for that, which we can talk about. But the third thing is winning the trust of the fans back, and we're up for the job for sure.
And you've talked just a little bit there about reaching out to the community already, and in your day job, as they say, you're a high-tech guy, you into software development and all of that kind of thing. How much of that is going to play into the Milton Menace's fans in terms of moving forward in the marketing of this hockey club?
I would say a lot. Obviously I'm a marketer by trade. We've done an amazing job in, if I may say so myself, with our staff that are on board already. Our head of communications, Paige, has done an amazing job interacting with our fans, and the brand strategy that her and I have put together in terms of how we're interacting with the community on a real-time basis or a near real-time basis is going very well. The organic growth that we're getting on our social media channels has been beyond staggering at this point. We've, on a day-by-day basis, our channels and our engagement is increasing. Again, further points to the fact that the community is ready for us and wanting us. So from a design and element perspective of the visual appeal of the brand, we are literally running this club like an NHL franchise. And that is a benchmark that, as the president and owner, I want to have, not only for our community of the team, but more so our players. These guys have earned the right to play at this level, and it's about them. So we want everything from the way the logo is on their chest, the colorways that we have on the uniforms, the way we brand our building, the way we handle ourselves on social media, to be an amazing experience for the community, but more so the players. And the reaction that we're getting from the players that we've been speaking with and interacting with, in the community, they're amazed. They want to be a part of this. So I'm excited about that, and really it's a testament to our staff that are working on this every day.
Alan?
Speaking of management, you have some staff in place. You said, have you spoke to any of the management that was involved in the Newmarket Hurricanes? And I know their coach was Mary Chiquilo, who actually was the last coach of the Milton Ice Hawks before moving to Brantford this past season. Any word on if any of the coach, GM, or any of the organization will be moving forward to Milton, or are you going to start with a new clean slate here with the Menace?
So we have a new slate. We've announced our coaching staff. Our general manager is a gentleman by the name of Dan Del Monte. So Dan has played, many years of pro hockey. He has a deep background in hockey development. We also have Jeff Angelidis, who is the head coach of JRC, who's our assistant GM and assistant coach. Our head coach is Justin Pekka, who was in Trenton. And we've also added onto our bench Peter Drykos, who was the head coach of the Junior B Brampton Bombers. So from a coaching staff perspective, and this is really important, we told everyone when we announced our franchise that we're all in. We want to make sure that every single person has been handpicked to build the best hockey players we can. And from the staff we've put together, I believe is second to none in the league. And we've got the coaching staff to actually do that now. So we've put our money where our mouth is, proverbially. We've got the staff around the players now that will take them to the next level.
You've got a lot of experience there, both from an OJHL level and from a pro hockey level that you're bringing to bear in this. Mm-hmm. What about players? Are you going to be looking at some of the players from Newmarket and or taking a clean slate look at things?
Well, first and foremost, we'd love to take a look and have deep conversations with the Newmarket players, and we've started doing that. I can tell you there is a rule where you acquire a franchise and relocate, where those players effectively become what are deemed as free agents as of July 1st. However, we have an opportunity in a protected window to dialogue with those players between June and July, and we've already started that process. So we're excited about the conversations that we're having with players. They're excited about our plan and what we put together in terms of the roadmap of the franchise and what they'll be a part of. And we have a talent pool here based on the coaches that we've brought in and the managerial staff that is very deep. And we're going to leverage it. We're going to leverage it all.
Great. Alan?
I was going to say, you're looking at you want to be a team for Milton. Are you looking more for maybe Milton area prospects for your players? Or are you looking for all around Ontario to maybe join this team? I'm
glad you asked that. So, the short answer is we want to look at players from anywhere, but hometown talent is actually one of the leading principles that we have in our franchise as well. We absolutely want to have as many of those players from the local areas come out. Our camp is May 10th to 12th. We already know some of those players are coming, but there's a good lineup of other players that may not be aware that we're looking for that, and that is a key initiative that we're looking for.
And the Milton Menace, where'd the name come from?
Oh, I'm so glad you asked me that. So this brand, we love this brand, and I mean that passionately. It came to me just looking at different names when we were looking at the town and looking at naming conventions for the brand. But there was some strategy behind the brand because there's a lot of things we can do with this brand. First of all, the name Menace connotates restlessness, disruption, aggression. Well, I really think that should define how we play on the ice, right? So that's point number one. Point number two, what we get from this brand is an ability to interact and have fun with it that other teams that have very traditional logos in their own right that are historic may not be able to do what we can do with this brand. And we've got some really cool initiatives that we've been working on, and we've already started employing them, where we're seeing the benefits of being edgy and punchy and humorous and serious and classy all at the same time with our brand. So we're pretty excited about it.
Well, Jason, we want to thank you for stopping by the set here today and giving us a bit of an insight into the return of junior hockey to Milton, because it sounds pretty exciting. Sounds like you're going to be reaching out there into the community and really setting down very deep roots in Milton, which is something I'm sure hockey fans in Halton are going to be very excited to hear. So thanks for stopping by.
My pleasure, guys. Thank you for having me. Thank you.